If you struggle with the thought of I am enough, then you're going to hear a more doable and believable thought from one of my clients, Barb Porter. She generously agreed to me sharing an excerpt from one of our group coaching Feel Light, Mind and Body sessions. Join us in this 27th episode to hear more inspiration from real women on their journey to believing I am enough, as they let the heaviness in their mind and body go and welcome in peace and confidence of what is possible for them, rather than always thinking it's only good for someone else. Hi, I'm Clarinda, and you are listening to the Feel Light, Mind and Body podcast, created for women like you. Women who are experiencing success in so many areas of life, but are struggling with weight loss, stress eating, and decreased energy. Losing weight can feel hard, heavy, and restrictive. That's why every week I will be offering you a different perspective, tips, encouragement, and a unique approach so that you can feel lighter in your mind and body rather than feeling deprived, frustrated, or discouraged. What if you could feel free, yet in control around food for the rest of your life? What if you could enjoy your experience of losing weight and getting healthier? You absolutely can. You're in the right place. Take this time for yourself and let's dive in. I am enough. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if it's safe, like you're not driving or on a treadmill, then pause, close your eyes, and try out that phrase. Repeat after me. I am enough. I am enough. Whoa, how does that feel? Were you able to say it? Did it feel uncomfortable? Did it feel good? True? Or did you feel like a fraud saying it? Maybe you felt a hesitation, constriction, or maybe you felt openness. I felt all of the above at one point or another in my I am enough journey. Mindset alone usually can't get you to fully believe I am enough. Meditations and affirmations can be helpful, but without being able to feel it in your spirit and body, it will just be an empty or foreign-feeling phrase. Maybe you've been exposed or influenced to try to live with Pollyanna phrases, even what is often termed as toxic positivity, and it didn't work for you. That's because there's more to it than simply repeating a phrase a gazillion times, waiting for it to magically transform you. You can Google I am enough and find tons of information. So today I thought, why not share what real women moving through their limiting beliefs and challenges to feel lighter in their minds, hearts, and bodies have to say. So first up is Barbara Porter. After watching the replay of our group coaching session, I asked her and Anne, who you will hear later, if I could share their experience so far. They both said, by all means. At Clarinda's Empowerment Coaching, we are all about women supporting and empowering other women. Some women prefer to share anonymously, which is totally okay. And others say, hey, I'm shouting these lighter shifts I'm experiencing from the rooftops, as every woman deserves to know it's possible for them. There is hope, and this is it. I think you'll be inspired by Barb's aha shift. Keep in mind that this is after her going through the Feel Light, Mind and Body program twice, which some choose to do. Here she is.
So what I wanted to talk about, and this came to light very early on, this is my second session. So I had been meditating and I've been using this 21-day meditation program, and I've done it probably 4 or 5 times. And one of the things that they say over and over is that you're enough. You're enough. And in my mind, I was trying to change everything I was doing. I was trying to change myself, I guess. Yes. And so how can I be enough if I feel like I need to change? So what I came to realize was that one day I had this aha moment after this meditation, and it was like, yes, I am enough. But what I need to do is change how I care for myself. I don't need to change myself. I need to change how I care for myself.
Yes.
So I am enough.
Yes.
I'm great how I am, but
Yes.
I'm not taking care of the person that I am.
Exactly.
And that was a huge aha moment for me. And what that means is this program allows me that lifestyle change that I need to help take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my really big aha. So with that, because all through this last, these weeks, you've got all of those, ooh, I don't really want to change the way I live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the way I live. I like what I'm doing. I like going to my sister's and staying up till 6 o'clock in the morning and drinking wine, right?
Yes.
And it's not saying that we can't do that once a year or whatever that is, but I think more about it. So, for example, we went to our trailer, we opened our trailer, and usually it's a big celebration with, beer or wine. And
yep.
I didn't have to do that.
Right.
I didn't have to do that. And I didn't miss it. And it was a lifestyle change.
Yeah. What did you celebrate? So if you weren't using alcohol to celebrate, what were your thoughts about how you could celebrate without alcohol?
It was just the fact that we were there.
Yes.
That was the celebration.
Here's the word. You were present. You were fully present.
Yeah.
And that feels better than having a bit of inebriation to get that. You didn't need it. You were fulfilled.
I didn't need it.
You were enough.
Right. Exactly.
It was enough. And that when you are enough, other things are enough. You can be in the moment and appreciative and grateful without having to have this and this and this.
Yeah. So that's been my big aha throughout this. And with that, I'm really looking forward to continuing on, because that lifestyle change, there's still a lot of habits that I need to work on. Going through the summer is going to be big, because that's my big barbecue beer season, patio. So I will need some work to get me through those. It's not going to be every time I go out that I can just say, yes, I had a good time. I'm sure there's going to be, ups and downs throughout that.
Absolutely.
But this program is going to give me the tools to help me do that.
As you notice yourself, if you start to go down that little bit, you have that call you're coming to, reset right away before it gets too far. So as you heard, she and others have asked me for more. So I created a deeper dive group for them to now practice as they live out their lives and approach a new season, which if you're listening to this in May is from now until the middle of August for them. While it's great to hear other women share, I don't want this to simply be good for her or leave you thinking, I wish I had that thinking. So let's take a few minutes and bring it back to you. Ask yourself, how can I feel I am enough if I also think I need to change? How about simply, it doesn't have to be an either or. It can be exactly as Barb so beautifully articulated. I realize I am enough, and now I'm going to change how I care for myself. Because I realize I am enough, I want to take the best care of my mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health. I want to take care of the woman who will still be enough in 5 years. But why not have her feeling healthier and lighter as well? Consider that taking better care of yourself embodies that belief of I am enough. And an accompanying one that goes with that is I am worth it. I am worth the time, money, and energy that it will take. As you embrace that, you will feel more connected to yourself and in alignment with your future, healthier, happier self. Another point I want to emphasize from this is when you feel you are enough, other things are enough. There won't be a need to constantly look to other experiences and other people to feel content. Now, there could be a whole other podcast on the spiritual aspect of I am enough and what completes that for your soul. But on this podcast, we are talking about the mind and body aspect as it relates to your weight loss results. Next, let's listen in to what Anne shares in our last Feel Light celebration session before we moved into the deep dive follow-up course that Anne initiated by advocating for it. I then listened and provided that opportunity and supportive space to continue our weekly live Zooms together.
Hi, guys. It's great seeing everybody. I'm going to miss you guys. What did I write down? I don't know. I'm so stinking happy. I actually really love being in my own skin. Like I was just uncomfortable. I was so stinking uncomfortable. And then in the past, you lose some weight and then gain it back. And it was like the comfort of that old feeling again, even though it was uncomfortable. But I didn't realize, I don't think, how much that carried over in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
You know, it was my framework. And I was thinking, didn't realize I was always thinking about food. I don't know. Anyway, the big learning for me was that I don't have to eat 3 meals and 2 snacks a day. My God, that's like just a whole lot of work I don't have to do. I still have this first vision that was really strong of the outfit that I wanted to wear. And I can see myself almost in it.
Ooh,
I'm the lowest I've been in years. And I've always wanted to know, like, why does everyone lose or not lose? I just noticed that I just feel good in my skin. And that has translated. And I was thinking about the whole care thing, taking care of yourself. I have a thing in my studio up above that another artist, a senior artist, Sister Marie Helena Land, said to me years ago, "You are enough." And I thought, okay, so I'm just going to put that really big in my studio. But I don't think I really stepped into that to now. Yes. And really understood what that meant. And I remember years ago as well, somebody telling me that the best thing that she was talking with a friend of hers that she had done for her kids was to teach them how to take good care of themselves. And I didn't even know what that meant. It's like, like what stranger danger. Like I had no idea what she was talking about. And it's only now that I can say that I really understand that, the mental, physical, all of it. And I don't think food has any dominion over me anymore. Like it's just, I eat to live. I don't live to eat. And it's the same thing for alcohol. Like I notice now, if I have wine, I notice immediately, like the trained athlete, I am not. But like athletes, if they have like half a beer, they're just like done, right? Yeah. They can't even run the next day.
Saves money. My gosh.
Yeah, they notice the effects, right? Anyway, but I noticed the difference. So, and same with food. So I just noticed all that. So for me, I just want to keep going and stay committed to it. And that's why I want to do like the repeats or have access to the materials because there's some things there where I could feel a switch in my brain, but it wasn't a habit. Like it wasn't fully ingrained. Like I could spend at least 2 weeks with each one of those videos. So every day I say, this is possible. It's actually possible and it's happening. And so I don't fret about it the same way anymore.
Yes. Both of these ladies and others shared more gems, but these two related to today's topic beautifully. In fact, I changed my original outline for an episode on I'm Enough to go along with our real-time energy. I do wish you could see the smiles and nodding of heads of the other members on video, as they could so relate. Some aren't at that stage, so they glean hope of what is possible for them and love being in the safe space supporting each other at all the stages of acceptance, embodiment, and growth. The more I coach women, the more I see the pattern of belief that I'm not enough. One common thought is, if I was enough, I wouldn't be overweight. Others say, thinking I am enough feels totally foreign to me and something I haven't considered. Usually, through coaching, they can realize when they first decided that to be true. It may have been what their child brain interpreted from something a teacher or a parent said, well-meaning or ill-meaning. It may be a circumstance in their life of failing an exam, being abused or bullied, and the list goes on. The great news is, with awareness and then support, this can and will change. I see this happen for some in a few short weeks, and in others, it's months or years, but it's so worth it. When you are committed to going all in and not putting pressure on yourself, when you're willing to allow even a crack into your belief and allow a qualified, experienced, and compassionate coach to guide you, then you are opening yourself up to feeling lighter in your mind and body, lighter than you have felt in years, or as some say, the lightest I've felt in my life. That is what keeps me showing up for you and my clients. I believe everyone deserves that opportunity and hope. So could you relate to Anne's comment of how she was so stinking uncomfortable in her own skin before starting this approach and losing weight? I think every member had been part of a weight loss program prior to the Feel Light, Mind and Body one, as they've shared what they tried and it seemed to work for a while. There are some sound programs out there, but there's also a lot of quick fixes that set you up for disappointment and discouragement long term, or ones that only give you the do's and don'ts. It's so common to lose weight, but without the integrative changes into your new healthier identity, you end up gaining it back again. The primitive part of the brain associates what's familiar with safety. So it's working in the background, trying to get you back to that old state, that former weight, which it interprets as safe and comfortable. However, as Anne stated, in reality, it isn't comfortable. Who can raise a hand along with mine of feeling really uncomfortable after gaining even 5 to 10 pounds? Think of how you feel sitting for an hour or so in fitted jeans or pants that aren't made of stretchy material or an elasticized waist. We either need to unbutton or get them off ASAP. Maggie Carter wrote this in our private group, and again, with permission, I will share her words regarding the statement, I am enough. She says, honestly, I haven't reached the place in my heart where I truly believe this yet. She had that in caps. The last few months can best be described as life interrupted, with a variety of circumstances. I haven't taken or had the time to do the work, which I'm sure will help me get to where I want to be emotionally. Physically, the weight continues to come off, but I so need to dig into those feelings. So today, I believe I've done the best I could and realize there is more I want to do. For now, that is enough. I replied, Maggie, so beautifully and vulnerably expressed. Thank you for sharing. Having this self-compassion that you did the best that you could in your circumstances with the mindset that you had then is a self-honoring and accepting step forward. You'll continue to learn these skills and practice them in the not so stressful times so that they are more accessible to you in the future stressors, which we know will always be here on Earth. In this deep dive, you'll be strengthening the new neural pathways so it will be more automatic on how you deal with unforeseen circumstances. A bridge thought that you can use now is, I am in the process of believing that I am enough. Does that one feel doable and believable? I'm thinking it is, as you just invested in yourself by joining the deep dive. Yay, you. So, I hope it has been encouraging for you, my listener, to hear a bit from these real women going through life together, miles and countries apart, yet don't we all have similar desires and struggles? I encourage you to think about where you're at right now in believing, I am enough. Today, yes, even just for today, what can feel true within you? Be compassionate and loving in your response. Choose to activate that voice as you turn down the volume on the default judgmental voice that isn't supporting you long term. It's pretty common to not feel like I am enough. So for now, let's start with how Maggie chose to keep herself facing forward in belief and compassion. By doing so, she isn't forfeiting her success. She's keeping herself in the game with her thinking and her investment in herself for support and empowerment. Start by filling in this blank. Blank, whatever that is enough. And from that place, ask what you want your next step to be. Then honor that with an ounce of courage and take that next step forward. Courage includes feeling doubt, negativity, or fear, but not letting it immobilize you. Taking one baby step, making one decision today for how you can work towards supporting your desired belief of I am enough will be the best thing that you can do for yourself. And to the people pleasers who may have found this Feel Light, Mind, and Body podcast through the past 4 people-pleasing episodes, making this honoring decision will also help you in helping others. As you fill your cup up to overflowing, the quality and quantity with how you can lovingly show up for others will be so rewarding and will feel so good. To sum it up, listen to these 2 statements and try them on like you would a new style of jacket to see how it feels. It may feel uncomfortable because it's new to you, and that's okay. Be patient and open. That is key. Okay, here we go. I am enough just as I am, and from that loving and accepting thought and feeling, I want to care even more for my mind, heart, and body with integrity and desire to be the healthiest version of myself. I'm believing it's a conscious response to that embodiment. I can tell this episode is going to be longer than my usual guideline of 10 to 20 minutes, but I wanted you to hear it all at the same time, so I'm going to keep going. Did you smile like I did when you heard Anne say, I thought, I'm going to make that art phrase of I am enough really big and post it in my studio to look at all the time. We think that somehow by doing that or plastering it everywhere in sight will create an osmosis into our being. If only it was that simple. They are great reminders to pause and practice accepting it as a new way of being, but it doesn't just magically happen. Where specifically are you struggling with, I am enough? Is it in saying the words? Or maybe you can say it as you've heard it so much in your personal development journey. If that's the case, ask if you are embodying that belief. Look at the results you've created in your life and gently, lovingly, look at it as objectively as possible with honesty, but not judgment. Do you feel at peace and happy with your health, your relationships, and life? It's not about a size or a number on the scale, but as we know, that is one form of measurement, along with blood work, energy level, scans, resting heart rate, blood pressure, strength and stamina for decreased stress, and more ease in life. Peace of mind and a heart filled with joy, not angst, in the quality of life we desire most. This expands to the spiritual as well. And as I said, that could be a whole other podcast show. We are not alone. In my current circumstance, along with the belief that I am enough, I am also saying I'm supported by the seen and unseen. Sentences like these have to be integrated into our nervous systems, felt and practiced until they become an innate belief. Having ongoing support can make all the difference in you starting and then stopping when you hit an unexpected bump in the road. It will keep your momentum going until you reach your desired goal, your personal feeling of success. Over the past 3 months, these ladies from the US and Canada, which by the way, if you're listening to this in another country, you are so welcome to join us. These ladies have vacationed, they've had work, health, and family challenges, and still showed up imperfectly perfect. Working through the procrastination and perfectionism, the all or nothing thinking, and everything else surrounding weight loss is creating a lighter mind and body. Not as a temporary win, but as a commitment to practice whatever form of I am enough that they are comfortable with right now. For some, the beginning of practicing that new belief came from deciding they were worthy enough of having this coaching support and access to the tools and tactics to keep it simple, doable, and sustainable. Before we end this episode with Barb's statement after the coaching session, I want to offer you one of the remaining opportunities to jump on a 20-minute Zoom session avec moi, with me. You don't have to prepare unless you want to ask or share something in particular. I'll simply ask where you are at right now in your satisfaction with your life and what you would love to feel successful and at ease with. You will leave with some empowering tips for your very next step, whether that is to work with me or carry on with another form of support. You can choose the time that works best for your free consultation this month by clicking on the link in this episode's description or in the show notes. Okay, Barb posted in the group. I've realized that practicing believing I am enough means I don't have to change. I need to change how I care for myself. I need to change my lifestyle because I am worth it. And Barb, if you're listening to this, along with everyone else, I'm also offering you the next level up in your thinking that will feel even lighter. So instead of I need to change, which has a pressured underlying energy to it, try on I want to change. Or I get to change. Let me know if you like that empowering feeling even more. Another one is, I am choosing to change. Okay, I will leave you with these gems to ponder and practice. Until next week, same place, same time. Now, do yourself the biggest favor. From love, take at least one action step from what you learned today. Knowledge without application won't give you the results that you desire. Let me know on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, what you are choosing to do and when. And yes, please leave a podcast review wherever you are listening to this. When people read your words and can see themselves in them, then you are contributing to women empowering other women. And that feels amazing. You just might change or save a life today.